Hi everybody. In this tutorial we're going to look at using hyperlinks within the iMindQ program. So let's take a look. So first of all, what might we want to link away to? Well, there's really three things we're going to want to link away to, and really you can think of links in a mind map as kind of being like signposts. You know, they're just going to give you really quick ways to jump off to other areas, to other information that's going to be useful. And really that counts as sort of three things in terms of iMindQ. The first is you might want to link away to websites that you want to keep to hand. So for example, you might link off to your favorite websites or links of a company that you want to keep track of. You might also link away to files and folders on your computer or a drive, so you can get quick access to that information. And when your mind maps start to get quite big within iMindQ, you might also want to link within the map to other topics within the mind map. It's a slightly difficult thing to understand without having to do it, but it's a really good way of making sure you do keep your map nice and easy to understand, but make sure you can show where there are links between information nice and easily. So that's what you might link to, but how can we actually do the linking within iMindQ? So first of all, we go to where you might expect, which is the main menu. Now, because linking is quite an important and useful feature, there's quite a few different ways we can get to this. So the first is through the main menu. You can see we're just up here in the home bar. And if we just come along the home bar, you've got your text options, your topic options, and then your elements here, and here we have hyperlink. So let's just say, as an example, I want to link off to a website, so maybe let's link off to biggerplate.com. You can see just by typing in the address here, it's already got the HTTP stuff, so I can just put in the website that I want to keep track of. If I want to, I can put in a little description to sort of just remind me what that website was. So maybe we can put in a little description for Biggerplate here. This is quite a useful thing to use if like me, you quite often will bookmark websites and then forget why you bookmarked them. Using a little description in here, when you look through your map and see a link, you can just remind yourself what you were thinking. So at the minute you can see we're linking to a web. Click OK, and you see the little symbol here. If I click that, iMindQ is just going to pop open a browser on my computer straight away with the link to whatever website I saved, which in this case was biggerplate.com. And any minute now, there it is. So that's how we might get to it through the main menu, but another way to get to the main menu is just by using the same thing but just up here in the insert bar. So if you just happen to have one of these ones open, it's just two different ways to the same thing. So again, we can say hyperlink, click that, and we get our same options there, which we'll look at in a second. You can also get to it a little bit quicker, I think, by going to use the right click on your mouse. So just right click here and say insert, and again you see if we just scroll down we get hyperlink. So again, it's going to bring up that same dialog box, and we can then choose what we want to link to. So in this case, maybe I'm going to link across to a file. I said you can link to other files or folders even. You see I've got a file icon here or a folder icon here. So maybe I want to link to a particular file that I want to keep nice and easy to hand. Remember, think of these links as signposts to other important information. We don't want everything in our mind map cluttering it up. Sometimes we might just want a little signpost off to somewhere else. So here's some documents, not quite sure what those are, but if I just link off to maybe a file that I've saved here on my desktop, an annual report, you can see I've saved the link to the report just on my computer, and I can just say in the description again, Biggerplate report, click OK. And again, you see the little symbol here, just like the one above. This one tells you you're linking off to a website. This one tells you I'm linking to a file. This one gives me the PDF symbol, so I know it's a PDF. If I click that, again, give it a little second, but iMindQ is going to pop open that PDF, and here I am looking at the report that I wanted to save. So if we go again to even quicker ways of adding links, this is the method I prefer. When you get familiar with iMindQ, you'll know there's a lot of great shortcuts in there to just make life a little bit easier, a little bit quicker. So you could go through the menus like this, or you could just go Control K, and you're going to pop open the exact same dialog as you've seen if you're using the menus. Now this is a really good way of doing this. Once you get familiar with the software, of just very quickly adding in links without having to go through different menus and break your flow. So again, here's an opportunity to just show you one of the other things we could do. We've linked off to a website, we've linked to a file, we've linked not yet to a topic. So here we go, we could maybe just say let's link back to that original starting point. These are all the topics that are in our iMindQ map, and you see it's organized in a slightly different look here, but it's exactly the same file structure rather. So if we say let's link to there, again this time it's got another little symbol, and if I click that, it's going to take me right up here to the beginning of our mind map. So the other thing you can do, again, just to go back to that option, if we do the shortcut again, you can link off to mail, which again I sort of think is just a way of remembering sort of contacts more than anything. So you might have a contact in here. You might, for example, have Liam Hughes in your map. That's me. And you might say, I'm going to link off to mail, and it's Liam at, oops, sorry. Let's just pop open that again. It's mail. Let's say Liam at Biggerplate.com. It's my email address for all the spammers of the world. And hit that, and again we're just going to save this icon showing me that there's an email. Now this takes us neatly onto removing a link. So you can see, because of my little error there, I've actually got the link stored twice. Now I don't need that in there twice, so what I can just do to remove it is just right click on one of those and say remove, or I might have gone in there and said right click edit, and again just check that I've got the right one in there. Now again, if I pop that open, it's going to try on my computer, I think, to open up Outlook. I don't use Outlook, so it's not going to succeed, but it'll just open up Outlook, or if you set it up differently, probably a different mail server, and that's just a nice way of keeping your contact details closely to hand. So little ways you might use this. Again, quick example. I've shown you already a couple of things, but let's say you might be using this for something like market research. You could be leaving competitor websites. So let's say you've got a competitor here. So let's use a shortcut. We've gone Control K, and again let's go to biggerplate.com. Let's say they're a rival. Let's say they're in fact our best competitor probably, because they're kind of cool. Save that in there, and that's our competitor website. Again, another competitor, we might say www.iMindQ.com. And we might just leave a little description there saying great software. So again, very quickly, just using that Control K, I've saved those things in there, and a couple of really easy signposts to take me off if ever I'm returning back to a competitor analysis. But also again, I might be in my competitor analysis, my market research, I might be wanting to save some reports. So again, rather than using the shortcut, we could say let's insert a link to a file. Let's hit the file over here, and again we go, here's to our market report, save that in there, and we've got our little link there. Same principle again, you could do a right click, insert, hyperlink, and you could actually link to an entire folder, and maybe your folder is going to be your community folder, whatever that might be. We select that, save that in there, and this could be our entire competitor folder. So actually we might even say we want to have that up there. Somewhere different. But very quick and easy, nice ways to add lots of hyperlinks into your iMindQ maps. A really great way of keeping key information readily to hand within your mind maps without having to clutter up the surface, linking to websites, files and folders, and even topics within the same mind map. That's all for now. As always, for more mind map templates, tutorials and training, visit biggerplate.com, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel.